How's it? Today is Thursday, May 22nd. I've got some posterior chain Successories with a seated overhead press. Today was pretty good. Very simple. You see everything here that I did. Basically exactly what I did last Thursday, even up down to the seated military press weights. Last Thursday was the day I actually added weight to the back extensions, so that meant that this past Tuesday was slightly harder than last week Tuesday. All things considered, I feel like my body is getting better at kind of adapting to the stresses of this, and I feel like I am making the progress that I want to. I don't feel nearly as sore when I move around. I don't feel as stiff in the mornings, and I think that is a very like promising sign. So maybe next week I will be able to up the intensity on the Tuesday and Thursday. But I'm not super sure because actually I'm going to LA next week, Thursday. I don't know if I'm going to even be lifting on Thursday, just simply based on time like that. I'm going to be driving down to LA. It's going to be pretty long ass drive if you think about it, like 6 hours ish. And I mean, that's not that long when you consider like some people drive 12 hours a day. I don't do that. I rarely sit down for more than 45 minutes at a time. So if I am sitting in a car for that long, I don't know what's going to happen to my back. I know every time I fly home or anywhere, really, my body just feels so bad. Like not really the day of, like the day after. My body just feels like a bag of bricks. But we'll see what happens. I don't know if I'm going to be lifting at all on the weekend. It's actually my birthday this weekend, or well, not this weekend, but next weekend. So the when we're going down to LA, that's kind of what we're going for. Um, so yeah, I don't know. My main goal when I first started lifting this year, like in January, was like I wanted to see if I could squat 200 by my birthday, but realistically, I don't think I can do that right now. Like even if I took, you know, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off and like did a couple days of active recovery and come back like like I guess the day before I leave or the day I leave and try my best to do a PR squat. I don't foresee myself being able to do that. And it's really it's a it's not the worst thing in the world. I think sometimes when you look at your checkpoints in life, it's like this is something that I was expecting to be at, but I'm not, and it's okay if it comes a little bit later. I think that is very true of a lot of the things in my life. I took like 7 years to graduate from college, and yeah, it's that's kind of just been the case for my life. But we'll see what happens next week. As far as going back to the training session today, there's actually one thing that I didn't mention for my back extensions. There is a point on the back extension in my first set with the bar where I kind of more or less learned how my hip activation would be impacting my overall movement. Whereas in the past, I was essentially extending from my lower back, and that is not necessarily what I'm trying to do now. I'm just trying to squeeze my hips, squeeze my glutes, and then just pull up as parallel as possible. If I try to extend through my lower back, then that was when I'll extend above parallel. That's not the stress that I'm trying to induce. I'm trying to make sure that I have more posterior chain in the leg side rather than the back side. For my presses today, I found a much better setup. I asked a few people at the gym what setup would be probably best, and they were right. I used the older bench, the rickety bench, because my head can basically go right over the top of that, so I don't lean back into the bench. It was a lot easier than last week. Finished off with the GHD sit-ups and the QL raises. Yeah, today was it's pretty short. I don't anticipate these being hard even when I start adding weight for certain things, but I think these are absolutely crucial, absolutely vital to where I'm trying to go to, right? So yeah, not much else to say about today, but I guess I'm looking forward to next week and seeing what happens. But yeah, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Shoots.